Hey guys, Jesse here. Just wanted to pop in and let you know that our good friends Jason and Ray, the getaway couple, they recently came out with their RV buyer's guide class. There's 3 different courses. There's a course on buying your RV to make sure you get everything right the first time so you don't have to buy and sell like we did, unfortunately. There is a boondocking 101, and then there's like a full-timing course. So if you guys are interested, the courses are all online, and I just wanted to pop in and let you guys know to check them out, and there'll be a link in the description below.
What's up guys, Melissa from Adventure Endeavor here. We wanted to give everybody an update on how Blue's doing after he got hurt a couple weeks ago, and we'll explain in a minute what happened there. And we also wanted to take this opportunity to do a whole video about RV pet safety. That's a pretty popular topic, and a lot of people have concerns about that, so we wanted to go over all of those key points that we could think of for you guys. So one of the most important things about pet safety when you're RVing is knowing where the nearest vet is, because if you're full-time or part-time, you're not going to be in a familiar area most likely, so you're going to want to know where the nearest vet is, whether that's an emergency animal hospital that would be open on a weekend to just a regular veterinarian office. Depending on what the scenario is, it could be different, so try to make sure that you know where the closest one is, or at least be able to have cell service where you're going, so that you'll be able to look it up if something does happen. Another big thing that we learned the hard way was having flea and tick medication. We were unfortunately up in Maine last summer, and we asked some friends and family what they did as far as tick preventatives, and they told us that they didn't do anything. So we kind of took their advice and didn't do anything for our dogs, and we unfortunately then went up into sort of like the backwoods of Maine, and Blue got bit by a tick and ended up getting a pretty gnarly tick toxin, and he actually almost died, and it was really scary, but we absolutely learned our lessons that you don't want to mess around with that kind of thing, especially if you're unfamiliar with the insects of the area. Those Maine ticks, man, they are no joke. So what we have now, we have these like little collars that you put on them. You know, if you personally don't like these, please don't judge us. They've worked well so far for us. So it's just like a little basically rubber collar that you stretch out and then put around them, and they're totally adjustable. You can clip off the extra bit that you don't need, and they've been working quite well so far. So just another preventative. There are also different medications that you can go to your vet and get by prescription that I've heard people have really good success with. We would also definitely recommend, if something bad happens, that you have dog aspirin and or CBD on hand for pain. You know, like is our scenario, when Blue hurt himself, he was paralyzed from the waist down, and we gave him a ton of CBD. We actually finished off everything that we had left for him. We gave him a Benadryl at the same time because we knew that those two things are safe to combine. So those were just able to calm him down long enough that he could chill out on the way to the vet. Like I said, it was a 2-hour drive. So, you know, having some sort of pain medication is a great idea for them. The last thing you want is your pet to be in pain, of course. So always a good idea to have that kind of thing on hand, especially if you're far away from a store or a pet hospital. This kind of goes without saying, but you really just want to make sure that you are aware of your surroundings especially when you get to a new area, before you're letting your dogs run around off leash or anything like that. You want to know what kind of predators are out there, what kind of possibly snakes, bears, cougars, moose, you know, anything that could come and attack your dog, and also anything that they might try to attack, like rabbits, mice, other small rodents, deer. They could definitely chase. That actually happened to us a couple of weeks ago. when we weren't paying attention. So, you know, these things can pop up out of nowhere, and your dog has a much better sense of smell than you do. So they're gonna notice it before you do, most likely. Especially when you're in an expansive area like this. There's all this grass where mice and snakes can hide. There's woods behind me where larger animals can hide. So, you know, you definitely want to be aware of that kind of stuff. And of course, you also want to be aware of other RVers' pets, like some of our friends over here. So, you know, just be aware of what kind of temperament the other animals in the area might have, whether they're someone's pets or wild animals. Obviously, don't ever mess with a wild animal, but just things to be cautious of, especially if you're at a campground. A lot of people packed in a smaller area. Be aware of their pets and, you know, be a courteous neighbor. This should go without saying, but make sure you're picking up after your pet. So now I'm going to talk about a few things specifically as it relates to the RV itself. Hey buddy, I love you too. So something that you might want to consider is a temperature monitor of some kind to go in your RV that you can check from wherever you are. So if you've got some Wi-Fi situation rigged up in your RV, you know, connect something to your smartphone where you can keep an eye on the temperature if you're out and about exploring. Making sure that it's not going to be getting too hot in your RV for your pets, and getting back to them within a reasonable amount of time if it is getting too warm. Some sort of video monitoring system as well, that could definitely be helpful. Then you can actually keep an eye on what your pet is doing. If they are, you know, scared from something like a thunderstorm or, you know, fireworks potentially, or if they are trying to dig their way out of your front door. What's up, Blue? What's up, dude? What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, hi guys. What's the matter? So before we get too far into this video, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that like button for Bluey. Huh. He's leaving. Oh, he's back now. Hey, buddy. Tell everybody to subscribe for you. Another important thing to consider is following the weather whenever possible. So RVs are not like a house, of course. They're not super well insulated, so they won't stay as cool in the summer and they won't stay as warm in the winter as a house will. So it's important to try to follow the weather whenever you can. I know for a lot of you guys it's not necessarily possible, but if you can, I would definitely recommend it. You know, we're chasing 70 degrees here, and that's been working out pretty well for us and for the dogs, of course, as well. And same goes for any other animals that you might have. So you don't want to be leaving your RV to go adventuring if you also have to leave your dogs or other pets, because it could get unsafe for them pretty quickly if you're in a super warm area in the winter. I'm sorry, super warm area in the summer, or a very cold area in the winter. So just keep that in mind. So this, if you hadn't guessed, is Blue. He is our 11-year-old Labrador Retriever, and a few weeks ago, about a month ago, he hurt himself really bad. He was paralyzed from the waist down. And what ended up happening is that we were playing ball with him, and he was running, doing his most favorite thing in the world, and he all of a sudden started yelping and his back legs just kind of fell. He had a bulging disc, also known as IVDD, or intravertebral disc disease. And yeah, he was paralyzed from the waist down. He couldn't walk at all, and it was really scary. We had to drive him 2 hours to the closest pet hospital. We were camped near Bryce Canyon National Park, and the closest pet hospital open on a Saturday, stop it, bud, was 2 hours away. So it was pretty scary. So as you guys can tell, he's still a little bit unstable, a little bit wobbly on that one back leg, but he's doing significantly better than he was, which is a huge relief to us. It was super scary, and we're definitely glad that he's doing so much better. Oh, buddy, what are you doing under there? What are you doing under there, bud? Crazy dog. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. We hope that you got some useful information out of it, and we hope you are as relieved as we are that Blue is doing so much better. Like always, please don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up if you found it useful, and please hit that subscribe button below as well. Thanks again for watching. We'll hope to catch you again. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Hi. Bluey, what are you doing? Are you looking for mice?